Hello, hello. If it looks like we are in the back of the van, well, we are. Here is some little tour. There's the freight that we're supposed to be delivering. There's my shelves. There's my guitar bag, my gym bag, my clothes bag. Well, certain kind of clothes. Pants are up there, shirts are there. My light is back there because I can't figure out how to get these lights working on the ceiling there. I mean, I can get them to turn on for a second, and they're kind of too bright anyways. This is the just the right light, although it'll take a quick toll on the inverter or the battery life. But I got a really low watt, one of them low watt, low energy 4-watt bulbs in there, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But we got to the shipper. Remember from my last video, if you're just tuning in, we got stranded at the border because our paperwork was not done. You need paperwork to cross the border, and it does take a little time. But in this instance, someone didn't communicate with someone, and it was something needed to be changed. Probably it depended on someone arriving in the morning, or I made the gods of macropoint mad by making a sarcastic post about macropoint. That seems like a very touchy subject to a lot of people, so I don't really know. I'm being serious about this. Maybe people got pissed off because I made a real sarcastic point about macropoint, and it's the point being its intrusiveness and or its lack of sensible. It defies people's sense of being keeping their privacy secure. Everybody should be on guard with their privacy online these days. This computer world is a whole new world of backdoor entry into your life, into your privacy, and everybody knows that until it's macropoint. Oh, macropoint! Don't offend these people. They must know about their load. When there's enough technology to put some tracking on the pallets, but that's an extra expense. It's way cheaper to use your device, your phone that you pay for. So whatever, not a big deal. I downloaded the Macropoint app, and it doesn't seem to be like I like the way it looks. It looks straightforward, and it's got a claim on it that's all straightforward. But you have no idea what it's really all about. And it claims that you'll get less calls from shippers, and I still got calls from shippers, but probably because there was this weird delay in paperwork. But I thought that it was weird that why didn't the broker know who's handling the paperwork that there was an issue? So that's why I suspected that this was some little vengeance thing because I made a sarcastic comment about macropoint on a Facebook page called Transportation Wheels, Wings, and Rudders, which you should be on if you want more insight into van expediting and see what people say about it. It's on Facebook. It's called Transportation Wheels, Wings, Rudders, something, and you'll find it if you search that. And you probably already know about it if you're watching this video. So the noise you're hearing is my heater. There it is. The weird paper towel contraption on top is to keep diesel from spilling out of the poorly fitting cap. If you fill it way up and drive, diesel will try to seep out of it. It'll get all over the top, and it'll kind of get a stink going in the van. So that kind of helps it out. If you wondered about my look there, I'll tell you about that in a second. I heard a car pull up, and I'm a little wary of that. I'll tell you why in a second. But first about this heater, if you can hear it going click, 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 that's something it does. We're going to need it on all night tonight. It's we're going to turn it down a bit, though. Luckily, we won't need it blasting 10 all night. We needed that last night because of we were in Canada at about 2 or 3 degrees. Maybe it was in the teens, but it was so cold that this thing barely kept the van. So I'm looking forward to some of these winter nights in January, December to January when I'm up in Canada is I don't know how I'm going to stay warm in this van. I mean, I did okay once I was tucked into the sleeping bag. So, but it went through a whole thing of diesel in about 5 hours. So, I filled it up tonight. I got a backup thing of diesel up over there, and the tank is all filled up. So I do that at the gas station, and I use a Walmart. I don't use a gas can because that doesn't really fit well in the van. But what fits in those shelves over there is a Simply Lemonade thing. They'll get the one with a handle from Walmart. Drink all the lemonade, which dilute it with water because it's full of freaking sugar. But and it still tastes good diluted with water. It doesn't need to be that strong. But anyways, or just pour it out. But once those containers are empty, that handle and the plastic seems robust enough to handle the diesel fluid, and the handle makes it great. If you pour it quick, it doesn't drip, so it's a really good, and it's got a nice big wide spout and an easy to use cap, so, and a tight fitting cap, so it's really good for diesel fuel, I found. Better than a gas can. It doesn't drip as much as one of them freaking gas cans. So that works out there. And we should be warm tonight for sure. Plus, I got 2 new blankets. These were $5 a piece at Walmart. They're super soft. Just gotta, you're walking around shopping. You'll find deals and weird things to spend your money on. This has got a Howlin' Wolf pattern. I still haven't opened it up yet. And this one is a owl. There's a big owl on there, but I don't know if you're gonna. Sorry, but you probably won't be able to see that here. I'll put that in the light there. This thing right here, real soft. And there's some big owl pattern on there. So, finally, when we arrived tonight, finally, we got to this place at 10 o'clock. Here's more, the final bit here is about communication. I get to the company that's here in Duncan, South Carolina, Wab Tech or something like that, and pull into the place, and it looks lit up. There's one place that's opened up. You can walk right in, but the main plant has locked doors, closed doors. I found the receiving dock. There's no bell, no one behind the door. It's all locked. Went to another door that said shipping. They had a buzzer, rang the buzzer. I looked through the window. I could see one person in the plant wasn't going to respond. Looked like they were busy. Maybe it's real noisy in the plant. They couldn't hear. I don't know the deal. Probably wasn't their job to come and open the shipping doors anyway, so they just stayed doing what they were doing. Thought that was kind of cheesy, so I called my dispatch and said, hey, I just told this macropoint thing I've arrived, and is there going to be anybody here? He said, actually, no, they won't open. You're stuck with them. A lot of these places that you deliver to I go in there and there's someone there at 3 a.m. waiting for the stuff because that's why they expedited it to get it as soon as possible. But this place is not open until 7 in the morning. So that being said, that's what they told me from my dispatch. I called dispatch, said, hey, well, can you get someone out there or something like that? I said, no, just go back at 7 a.m. But I thought, why wasn't that communicated to me on the way down here? I mean, doesn't anyone think that I might have, they probably expect that I drive safe all the time, but maybe I would have had even a more relaxed pace. I could have made some different decisions in traffic. Although I did actually take a more relaxed pace of driving than I usually do. I've been trying to tone some of my ways down a bit, which I don't think are. I'm not saying that I'm worried about my driving or that I do anything out of the ordinary. I mean, I've been a driving instructor and I've taught safe driving in a classroom setting for 6.5 years before this. So I do have a clue about safe driving, and I try to practice what I preach. So I probably could have at least taken more breaks on the way here. Maybe, but then again, since macropoint was tracking the load, I just wanted to make sure that the shipper saw that, we did expedite. We got it here as soon as possible. So I don't know, maybe that was the case, but either way, So now it's about sleeping until 7 o'clock in the morning, which, hey, I'd be sleeping after I dropped it off. I'd be sleeping here till morning anyway. So it's kind of like not really that big a deal. It just means I have a little bit of, drop off duty. About 7 a.m., I'll be there. They'll probably unload it in 15, 20 minutes, sign some paperwork, and I'm out of there. So it's not a big deal. But so about parking though tonight in Duncan, South Carolina, I usually look for a Walmart. No Walmart around here. Second up is Planet Fitness. No Planet Fitness around here. Actually, first is Planet Fitness, second is Walmart. None of those are around here. No Lowe's, no Home Depot, which are next down on the list. So of course there was a Pilot, Flying J, or just a Pilot as soon as I got off the highway. Pretty cool, right? And there were some vans parked in the lot too. I thought, hey, I'll go park near those other Expediter vans. Maybe I'll meet some of these Expediters in the morning. I saw that they were no named. It wasn't like Bolt or XPO and some of the names that are associated with people that post on the message boards. They were just kind of no name Mercedes Sprinters, and I know that those can kind of be a lot of just not associated with the message board, just kind of people, a lot of foreign people will do this job and stuff like that. So it could have been anybody that maybe I wouldn't have known or would have cared to know me, but there were 3 parked in a row, probably 3 people that knew each other. So I pulled in and there was one spot available. So I pulled in, I backed in nice and neat next to them. They looked like they were already tucked in sleeping. And as I shut down, I realized that there was like this just coming from the vans. And again, I got out to check it out, and sure enough, those are diesel vans, and they run their diesel vans all night to run their heaters. And I thought, well, that kind of sucks. I don't want to sit here, A, having any kind of diesel fumes waft into the van, and B, sit here with trying to sleep while the van next door is going, right? Truck stops are always noisy. There was no other place in there that I was going to escape from the noise or the diesel fumes from trucks. It is kind of emanating all over the whole place. So I said, basically, get me the fuck out of here, right? So I saw a couple options. One thing I do a lot in Canada, because Canada tends to be like a little bit more safe, and they have like parks that are open 24 hours there. Is go to parks. And I saw one up the road here, and it has a possibility, and I might still go there if I get hassled where I am now. But I also saw this other opportunity here. I thought, I bet that'll work. I saw that up the street was listed a Grace Baptist Church, or whatever church I'm at. And churches are charitable places. There's probably nobody here at night. There's going to be probably nobody here tomorrow because it's the middle of the week. So chances are, unless there's cameras or something, in some kind of big security detail, I doubt anybody's going to care that I pulled in. There was a church van in the parking lot, and the way I parked is kind of like hidden behind the church van. So I'm not real obvious, not conspicuous. It's already 11 at night. It's about 10 minutes. It's probably after 12 right now. So I just kind of pulled in, shut her down, and I don't think anyone's going to say anything. If anyone does come knocking, I can just tell them, hey, I'm going to leave. I don't think anybody would, give me any more hassle. If I said, hey, sorry, just tell them what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to sleep for the night and look for a comfortable, safe place. Safe, a church parking lot, right? And quiet. That's what I like about this place. Quiet. There's no one else running any kind of motor around here. So this is way better than hanging out at truck stops. You got to get creative and think about places you can park. If this didn't work out, there's a park around here. Closes at 9, but the parking, there looked like there was a tiny parking area that was open. And I saw that it was across from an elementary school. So probably not so bad, but maybe a slight greater element of danger there. I mean, you don't really know where you are and what kind of town this is. So, and you do have to be careful in these. There have been stories of, but this was in also like bigger cities like Chicago and in more rough parts of town where people have been murdered. So, I mean, it's probably not something I'm going to really worry about, but it has happened. So you do have to have your wits about you and your thoughts about you when you are in at places parking for the night. So since I don't really know the area, I have to give it the benefit of the doubt and say be better safe than sorry. So church is my first spot, and should this, should there be some camera and somebody, calling the cops right now saying, hey, go check our parking lot, and the cops arrive and knock, I take off out of here. I can ask them, hey, can I go to the park? Would you mind? Or, if worst come to worst, go back to the truck stop and deal with the diesel fumes. But even then, I've parked in front of McDonald's before, and at McDonald's you get free Wi-Fi. Ding ding. So that's usually a good thing. So I'm going to leave you with that. It's already been talking 15 minutes, and that's too long for these videos. So you get an update, though, about where we are, about the heater, about the, quirks of this job, as far as lack of communication, weird things that involve use of your phone to track you. But it's safe and supposedly, and it's, gives the shipper an idea. It's so they'll call you less, it claims. They called me twice, but it's probably because of the weird hiccup with their load paperwork. And where to park at night. So that's what we learned today on the in creative places that you can try to park to, especially when you get there late. It helps out. If I was to get here at like 7 at night, it might have, been a little more obvious. So just try to hang out until a little bit of a later hour when people are all kind of in bed and don't care anyways. And you can kind of usually tuck in. You're going to be out of here by 6:30 in the morning anyways. Good to go. So that's what we learned today. I hope this was informative, enjoyable to sit and just watch my ugly ass here talk on your camera, on your TV, on your cell phone, on your computer, whatever you're watching this on out there in viewer land. I appreciate that you watch my videos, and I look forward to any of your comments. I look forward to you hitting that subscribe button and hitting that bell notification button, whatever it is, so you know when I post more content here. And you can find out more if you want to expedite in a van, and you can ask me some questions about it if you have any. Thank you for watching. As always, see you soon.